Hello my fellow gamers and welcome once again to Peps videos. Today I'm continuing my let's play of Before We Leave, and in this episode 4 I'm going to try and get as many technologies necessary to repair the spaceship. Can we become a spacefaring civilization in this episode? Well, we'll see. At the end of the previous episode I just started building a wood generator on this area here on the plateau on the second island. This island called the sand dunes because this is where I need to get the sand resource to become glass. Glass is something that I need to upgrade everything and also for the spaceship to be able to take off. Currently that is in construction, but I was missing some tools. The trade ship just brought in some tools and the tools were taken from the port to the warehouse, but currently this ship should get us more tools and more stone, but this one is going to be the one who is going to be carrying tools. I'm going to take 20 tools from this island, and I think that is everything that I need. Over there just tools, and the ship is going to take the wood and the stone, and then everything that is necessary is already almost at the maximum. This warehouse is pretty full of resources, and I'll probably need a new warehouse over here where I am going to start building that glass producing chain. Now currently the smelter requires 10 tools, so that's not something I can build here, but I think that I should be able to build, no, actually send mine 10 tools as well. So pretty expensive when it comes to the tools. I'm going to think about placing that over here, and then I'll have the actual glass production up here next to the generator so it can get power really easily, and also for the pollution to stay there. So the ship should get its tool sorted soon. I think one of these peeps should bring the tools. Here we go. I think this person is bring us the tools. Yep, 8 tools. That should be here momentarily. I think I can discover a new technology, the house, which would allow me to have more peeps per every home, but currently I don't really need that. Fuel is something that I'm going to need in order to be able to get the ship to its destination. That's the resource that is currently unknown because I haven't researched that research yet. As soon as I research fuel, that is going to be known and you'll see just how much fuel I need. I'm here waiting for a little bit more of tools. I think they should be here soon as well. One of these are going to bring the tools over here and then to the ship, and then I'll take the ship over here. I'm currently doing a trade between these two islands. The first island, Shelteran, is taking the food, the types of potatoes and vegetables over here to Sand Dunes, and Sand Dunes is sending its supply of fruit over to Shelteran. You can see just how much fruit there is here, and there are also lots of vegetables which this ship should take sometimes. So I'm going to think about this lane and see if I can. Yeah, for some reason I seem to have been missing that from the lane, so I'm going to add this again. I'm going to reserve only 15 for this island, and same thing when it comes to potatoes, only 15 to be left at the island, the rest can be taken over there. Actually, considering how much I have, let's say 30 is left, and over here 30 is left, so that the ship doesn't take too much over to the other island. There's no need to take any more wood or stone to the second island, it's pretty full of that. So over here, 16 out of 20 tools. I'm waiting for one more delivery. Somebody should get those tools here momentarily. Nope, not yet. Well, I think 16. No, actually I need 20 because the mine takes 10 and the glass melter takes 10. So I'll have to wait for the ship to get a full 20 of tools before I go back. Over here, there really isn't much that I need to do. The island is stable. It has lots of food. It has, I think, a happy population. It has even some idle workers. I can check on the exact situation on this island when it comes to their happiness. You can see here that most of them are happy. This person is actually very unhappy, and this one here as well, but they do seem to work. Yeah, they work in a heavily polluted area, so that is the reason why they are not very happy. This one has a lot of hard work ahead of him and some pollution. This is why doesn't really seem to be happy, but that's okay. Mostly they are all happy. Here we go, the ship is loaded. We'll take it over here and we'll have more tools to work with. I think I even need more tools for the wood generator, so that's actually not all the tools. I'm actually going to need more than 20. Let's see if I can package any tools in here. Okay, I don't need anything of that. You should come back actually. Okay, detach from that. I'll have to do it manually. So this fruit needs to go back. Go over here. That's 14 wood, that's okay, but I need more tools. Let's take another 10 tools, and 14, 10, I think that leaves only a little bit of space for some tea. Let's take 5 tea. The other ship got to its destination. Actually, there's the Explorer also. That one needs to be used for exploring. Alright, so 20 of tools here, and that means that I can finally set up that sand mine over here, and what is left is the glass melter. That's gonna be, let's just see exactly where, for the pollution not to get to anything else, anything vital, over here. And that just means a warehouse will also need to be placed here. Let's see, warehouse, 4 tools. Unfortunately, it does take some tools. I think this should gain an upgrade because it's next to a warehouse. It could have gotten another upgrade by being next to a generator, so I might actually change my layout a little bit. So this is where the generator is. Maybe if I take a road over here, I should be able to place the glass melter right next to the generator. I don't think its pollution is going to influence anything there where I'm growing food or taking water. Nope, that should be okay. And then I build the warehouse next to it. So this way, this building is going to get the maximum amount of production boost from these 2 buildings next to it. Alright, so a lot of construction here needs to happen, and I'm probably going to need more workers for all of these buildings to actually be operational. So I'm going to need to find a place where I'm going to build more homes. All of this seems to be used up space. I think here perhaps? If I place... No, I think there's some pollution here probably. No, only there. So these 2 are okay. So if I go here and I go with 1 house here and 1 house here, that should be okay. Considering there is going to be pollution here, I might as well build a cleaner here to make sure that that pollution is gotten rid of in time. So let's say we place him here, and considering the cleaner needs a well to actually be operational properly, I'm going to build a well over here. Of course, I'm once again using up too many tools that I do not have, so this is something that I will have to go back to the first island, which has a lot of tools, and then bring more over here. I should probably use the scout to see what else is over here. This is one of the poles, which I have already discovered, but there is a whole piece of the planet here, which I have yet to discover, and most of this 3rd island is here as well. Now, I'm going to use the scout to actually just get a look at the rest of the sea, and then when I get to the 3rd island, I'm just going to use its option to scout the entire island, but that will use up the ship. So now as I click scout, this person here is going to stay on this island and explore it, and you can see how I can now take a look at the entire island. It has a lot of red technology, which is excellent. It has some oil over here. It probably has some more oil over here. Yes, it does. 2 places of ancient technology red, actually 3. So that's excellent, and even some fertile land. Alright, so that is going to be my 3rd island. I do seem to have an idle ship. Alright, he needs to get rid of the apples and get me some more tools for the 2nd island. I think about 15 tools should do it. I do have a lot of resources, so it shouldn't be hard to start the 3rd island, but I do need to get a colony ship, and after that more trade ships, in order to be able to use the 3rd island properly. Over here the warehouse is done. In this warehouse I'm going to only accept sand, glass, wood, and any other resource that is required by this industry. Water, alright. And I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's all the resources necessary. This should be built as soon as I get more tools. I seem to constantly manage to spend all the tools that I need in that island. I wasn't able to transfer this. Should be able to do it now. So more tools necessary here. You could build a tool production on each island, so that would speed up things, but you would be taking up peeps who would have to work in that chain, and that chain is not very short, so you would take a lot of population to do it, and each one of those peeps could be doing something else that's unique to each island. This island, for example, is also unique because I am probably going to be able, you see these 2 unknown fertilities, I'm probably going to be able to grow cotton here. Cotton is necessary for clothing, but to get clothing I would have to research it. As you can see here, it requires 60 red technology, or maybe something else up there. I think cooking. Cooking is great because you can turn simple foods into comparably better foods, which are going to feed your folks better and make them happier. The fountains are a nice addition as well. They increase happiness in an area of effect radius, and that's something that I could research too, but I would need more of this green research technology points, which is something that I have plenty of over here. This is something that I'm going to take by hand from this island. I can then take 15 of this. 15 tools and 15 green technology. Over here, tea, potatoes, and vegetables to be transferred over to the 2nd island. It's kind of getting short on wood as well, so that's another resource that I'm going to have to transfer. which is why I need more ships. Wood is another thing that I could be building locally, but again I would be expanding a room over here and the peeps. Considering I won't spend too much wood here except on construction and the generator, the wood generator, I could get a woodcutter here that could solve this problem easily, at least until I get more ships. Woodcutter, there we go, and he should have high productivity here with these two forests. Like I said, this is not exactly something that I want to be here forever. It is just going to be temporary until I can get more ships and get a full trading fleet working. Also, I need to upgrade the port, because as you can see, currently only 2 workers are working and they take a long time to fetch all the resources. So once I get more ships and more deliveries, I'll need to have this port actually have more workers so it can service all those ships. For that to happen, I need glass. Now I could just probably go and build another port in this place. Let's see, over here, port, 8 wood, 8 stone, 4 tools. And I could just build it here and have an additional 2 workers, which is not a bad idea considering that I'm going to be over here making a 3rd colony on this island. I could build this 2nd port on this side of the island and then have a connection to the 3rd island and use that port for supplying this 2nd island until the 3rd island gets built. So let's see, where could a road be joined? Let's say over here. So we get the road through here. Then we get the port, that should be 5 and 4. No, I think that's the shipwright, so 5 and 5. That's the port. So now that we build the 2nd port here, we can use that as well with the additional 2 workers to speed up the transfer to the 2nd island. The ship is now loaded, it has 15 tools and 15 green research points, so we'll transfer that over to the 2nd island over here. This one just delivered food and it's taking the rest of the food in form of fruit towards the 1st island, although that's already full, so I might as well stop the transfer of this. I'll detach it from the line. I'll bring it back over here and I will just edit this so that it no longer transfers any more fruit over there. What it could be doing, so yeah, we just cancel that. So just T and units to reserve in Shelteran, let's say 10 units. So 10 T left, 30 of this, 30 of this, and that's 3 resources over to here. From here I can't really take anything over there except the apples, but like I said, it's already full of that, so I'll just leave it like this and have the Space Buster or the Silver Hills do this. So that ship is going to do that. Well, Space Buster over here is going to transfer the tools and the green research points. I should now have more research points here to actually unlock the fountains or maybe cooking. Over here, the wood generator is finished and the warehouse, but we have yet to finish the glass melter, the cleaner, and I think that the sand mine is working, so that's good. I'll have sand, and over here I have the woodcutter who has yet to finish with the tool shipments being kind of slow. So I'll send the ship over here to get some more of that. This one is doing his thing, he's transferring everything that can be transferred, but the port is full, and as soon as I get more glass I will upgrade it. Now over here I have a 2nd port, and what I could do, because this port is so full, have the ship actually visit the 2nd port when it is getting its supplies. So let's change this over so that the port 1 isn't the one, the port 2 on Shelteran is the one that's going to transfer stuff to send units port 1. And I'll just do the same thing like I did before, so leave 10 tea, leave 30 potatoes, leave 30 vegetables, and then add Silver Hills to do this. And this one up here I'm going to delete. Now we are left with this, and the 2nd port could take more of these apples, so let's say leave 40 and the rest can be taken over to the port 2 at Shelteran from port 1 of sand dunes. With that done, I just need to get more tools from here, and I think green research points as well, so let's add that to the ship as well. I am doing a lot of this manually, but later on this should all be done by the automatic trade routes. Here we go, the glass melter has been finished, and I just hope that I do actually have enough workers here. I've got 6 of them on idle, so that's okay. The cleaner is up and running. Over here the woodcutter, so we should have wood for the generator and all the new buildings that we build. It's good that these guys are idle. I don't really need to add any more homes then. But there is going to be more research to be done here and more buildings to be made. Just see cooking and fountains, I cannot yet research that, although Over here I can research steel and oil power, but that's not something that I need currently, so I'm going to wait, considering that I have the production of glass now, and this is going to be set here in this warehouse. All I have to do is actually upgrade the warehouse here first, so that it can take more. The port as well, this all requires plenty of tools and glass, which is why I need to wait for glass to be actually filling these warehouses so that I can upgrade them, and the port. And once this is all done, I can take care of building a third colony on the third island. The port up there is the one that is going to be used now to transfer more food, more of these apples, and I'll use all that fruit to supply the third island with lots of food. Currently I do have 15 of tools and 15 of research points here, and I should take that over here. I just now have to wait, and this is going to take a while for this building to actually produce all of this glass. It's a good thing I have the increase of production from the warehouse and the nearby presence of the generator, so this will speed this up, and I think I already have about 7 or 8. There we go, it's 7. So soon I should have enough to, let's say, upgrade this place here. It just needs more tools, which I'm about to transfer, and some grain points. I think it's probably full of stone and wood, but I could take some more stone and wood from the first island. The explorer's hut over here isn't doing anything because there just isn't any more green research points left on this island. So I can pretty much get rid of this one because it's a no longer needed structure. Here's the ship. Alright, so like I said, let's say 15 more stone and let's say 15 more wood to carry over to the second island. Now between this warehouse over here at the port and this one here, I do have at least 10 glass, so I should be able to upgrade the port. There we go. I'm going to now upgrade it to level 2, and that is going to make this port actually work out enough for this entire island to be supplied with everything, and to have enough storage at the port and have enough workers working there to supply the whole city with everything that is trading with the first island. Over here I should finally be able to research something new. I could do the fountains to increase their happiness, or do cooking and do something with all the extra food. So this is something that I'm going to research, and I'll show you what I can do with the cooking. Now I have unlocked the oil well that I can build on the third island. Now the third trade ship is now finished, and this should allow me to finally set up a good trading route between the two islands. So I'll add a new line. I'll go shelter run port 1 to sand dunes port 1, and here with this trade route I'm going to give it an order to send more wood, so that at sand dunes there is always a minimum of 30 wood. I'm going to send stones so that there is always a minimum of 30 stones, and I'm going to send tools so that there is always a minimum of 15 tools. With this trade route, this one will be supplying sand dunes with food, while this one with the tools, wood and stone. So this is pretty much finished. They're going to be sending back the apples, and the apples I'm going to use as soon as I get cooking to make smoothies. I think it's just apples and possibly water and energy from a generator, so I should be able to get some nice smoothies to have the population at the first island much happier with better food. I just need to check over here how much glass do I now have. 3 here, and over here 8. So with the port being upgraded to level 2, I should now upgrade this warehouse as well to be able to place more resources in it. But for that I need more tools, and hopefully one of these ships is going to bring the tools. This one is bringing the food. I think I actually forgot to set up a ship here. Yep. Oh, that was my bad. This was the colony ship. I actually need a third trade ship to be built. I had built the colony ship for the third colony, and I thought it was the trade ship, but that's okay. I'll use this ship to be the one trading at the second trade route. I'll just empty the resources that are currently there. And with that done, I should be able to upgrade the warehouse, take more of these apples here, turn them over to the first island for them to be able to produce smoothies out of them. So let's transfer this in here, get more apples from here, and upgrade this warehouse to level 2. Let's just see, as soon as the tools are brought out of the port, this should be able to upgrade. Considering the third trade ship is in production and I already have the colony ship, I might as well take it over to the third island and choose a spot to colonize. Now I do need to be close to at least one resource of oil, so I can choose either this or this part of the island, considering that the second port on the first island is here, and I want a close and easy trade route. Then I will take the colony ship over here colonize this area here and have the oil as a resource over there. So I'll go and put my colony ship here and should be able to colonize from this spot onwards. There we go. So the third colony is started. I'm going to pause the game so they do not starve while I'm doing some other things that I need to finish first. So this research is almost finished. There was a ship that I had sent manually. Here it is. The apples need to be transferred, and I am going to now use this ship to be placed here on this first trade route. So that is the Space Buster, if I'm not mistaken. Space Buster is up there, Silver Hills is down there, and then the third trade ship is going to be the one carrying resources over to the third island. On the second island, actually I could just save the position of the third island like this, Ctrl+3, and then use Shift+2 to go back to the second island. Over here I think I already have a lot of glass in these buildings. I have 9 here, this one is at 9, so all I need is a bit more tools, and then I'll be able to upgrade the warehouses here to take more of these apples. But I'll leave that for a little bit later and start working on my third island. Now I've just drawn this road through here, and now I need to set it up like I did in the first island. I need some homes. For example, I can set up the homes up here. I'll take the road through here, I'll clean up all these forests and use up as much of these sand areas for homes, while I will leave the other ones for food production and food and wells. But I won't make too much food here because I do have plenty of apples that I can bring here for the people to eat as soon as the third trade ship is finished. So let's see on which position can I build something already. I think here. So let's take the road over here, and I think the first home can be built this. But if I take the road over here and delete this, I can get a second house built like this. There's an ancient ruin here for me to explore, so that should provide me with something interesting. Alright, so here's the road coming over here. It seems to me that it would be actually better to get the road through the middle, and then I would be able to build all over here, although the road would take up 2 of these places, but sometimes you just have to deal with that. I think I do have an idle ship now. Here it is, the trade ship, which I'm going to use to ferry resources and food over to the third island. So finally this has been cleared up. I can have the road go through here, and over here I can have some more homes like this, and this should provide plenty of places for people to live. I also will need a library here so I can build more advanced buildings. I'm actually going to pause most of these homes, so make just one at the moment. The library, which I need in order to be able to build more advanced buildings, so I'll place that here. And I'm going to need a warehouse here as well, because I'll be bringing in a lot of resources, which is something I cannot really build until I get the library up and running, so that will take some time. The ship should be here. There it is. I'm probably going to need a lot more tools up there and some wood. So that's what I will bring to the third island as soon as the ship is filled. And what I can do is create even a third trade route, so I can add another lane that is going to go from Shelteran Port 2 over to the third island. And since this island is called Island 3 at the moment, you could give me some suggestions how to name it. From Shelteran I could take tea, because of course they're going to enjoy tea. So let's say a target of 10 tea to always be here. Some potatoes, let's say 10 potatoes, and some vegetables, let's say 10. So this is something that is going to be there. And then later on I'll do another one from Shelteran Port 1 to Island Port 3, and that one is going to be one that is going to be transferring things like wood, stone, and tools. So for this I'll need another 2 ships, 2 more trade ships, which I'm going to create over here at the shipyard. So let's see, trade ships, another ship to be built please. So over here we have now more wood and tools being picked up by this ship, which is called the Dragon, cool name this time. And I just need to wait for it to get the full shipment so I can send it over here to the third island. I'm now at 6 out of 8 peeps. In order to grow this island I have to do the same thing I did on the previous island, create a school. I'll just choose a spot for that. Let's say over here, like this. Well, actually that would be close to the industry that's going to be taking all from here, so let's say a change of ideas. Let's go down here and place the school somewhere like here. Yeah, that will work. So get more wood over here and more tools, and send the ship over back to the port 2 for pickup. Now that the school is being built, we'll also need a warehouse for all the stuff that I'm bringing in over here. I think I should be able to build it like this. There we go. So the warehouse is going to take everything that the port cannot. The school is going to provide me with more population, and I will just be building some local food. I think I should be able to grow tea here and fruit, so that's cool. Actually, I don't have to transfer tea over here. I can just grow it locally, but I'll see about that later on. I will add some orchards here so I can create some fruit here. Oh, let's say we build a well actually here, and then another orchard over here. The warehouse should accept food of every sort. It should accept water, stone, wood, tools, let's say glass as well, and that is about it for now. Tea, yeah, tea as well. I think I finished the research on my second island for cooking, so I need to start cooking on my first island. For that I need to go over here and build the smoothie maker to create smoothies out of power and apples. That is going to produce some pollution, so I do need to find somewhere where that is not going to be a problem. Let's see over here. If we place it here, what happens? Well, nothing gets polluted. That's very important. Maybe even if I get a road all the way to here and then make the smoothie, yeah, that'll be even better. So I'll make it here, and I will probably add a cleaner here because pollution is going to start to stockpile here probably. So let's say a cleaner over here. I think this is a nice spot for some more food. So let's say another vegetable garden here. Alright, now while they do that, they should have a lot of apples in this place, 97 in this port, and I think probably another 90 over on this port. I should find a place to actually store all of this or just upgrade the current warehouse. For that I'll need to transfer some of that glass. Although I think I said I wanted to use that glass to upgrade something else. Yeah, this warehouse needs an upgrade, so I'll use some of that glass to upgrade this warehouse. Then I will transfer the rest from the production over to the first island. Let's see how the third island is faring. We now have 8 out of 8 folks. We can let these huts be built so we can have more room for them. They're going to be creating some food here, some water here, and later on they'll be doing the oil production here. I can draw a road already. And I just need to find a spot for them to have more homes at. That's probably gonna be down here, so I will have to cut down these forests. And over here I will cut these down as well. They are going to need a wood generator, and that's gonna be built up here. For that to be built up there, I am going to have an actual elevator to get the folks up there, so that I can create a generator here and not pollute everything down here. Well, considering the third island is taking shape and I still have a lot of trading to be done between the second and the third islands, I think this is where I'm going to stop this episode. We see that a lot of work has been done in this episode, and I'm going to leave the full trading and building of the third island for the 5th episode. Thank you all for watching, and please stay tuned for more.